8.5 acres of campus, 22 lakhs as the fees, 14 lakhs as the average package, 13 lakhs as the median salary, 72 lakhs is the highest package, 240 people in one single batch. These are some of the numbers of NMIMS Bangalore, and that is one of the legacy brands in the country. Comes from Mumbai, has a branch in Bangalore as well, and that is what we are going to talk about in this particular video. If you are wanting to get into this institution, you will have an absolute clarity at the end of this video. So watch it till the end. It is going to be a 5 to 7 minutes video, but it will give you clarity whether this is an institution that you should choose for yourself or you should look for something else in this kind of fee bracket. So let's dwell into it. We'll talk about the campus, we'll talk about placements, we'll talk about every small detail of this particular institution. Let's start with the campus of this particular institution, which is spread across 8.5 acres. It has all the major facilities that you would want in a particular institution, in a particular campus. It is not a university setup. It's not very, very big, but 8.5 acres is good enough space. So you will not really have complaints. But if you're talking of big campuses like 50 acres, 60 acres, there are institutions that are offering you that kind of space as well in Bangalore, but this is not one of those centers. It would have all the facilities, but it would not have that kind of space that you may have been looking for. Number two, the very important part of any institution is the placement packages here. 72 lakhs is their highest claim package. This is what they claim. That is their international package. This is not in India. The most important number in placements is the median salary. It's not the average, the median. The median is 13 lakhs. That means 50% of their students are getting at least 13 lakhs as their package. And people below that might be getting 13, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 8 or 9. We are talking about the top 50%. So if you fall in the top 50% in this particular institution, the chance of you grabbing a package of 13 lakhs is a certainty. Number three, again, very, very important factor. What are the specializations that this institution has? They have all the major core specializations. Along with it, a specialization like business analytics is also there, but you have marketing, HR, finance, and all these major ones are there, which are the regular ones. So you will get. The batch size is around 240 is what they say. It can increase, can reduce because it belongs to a private university. So the number of students in a batch can go up and down, but this is the ballpark figure that you can expect for yourself in the Bangalore campus, around 240 people in one single batch. Now coming on to the faculty part, of course they have a legacy. They are sitting in Bangalore, which is a big city. So they have an access to all the best faculties that are there. Of course, don't compare it with Mumbai, but if you talk about Bangalore Center, they will have some of the top faculties in their campus also. Coming on to fees and the ROI analysis, the fee that you have to spend here is about 22 lakh rupees. And with city like Bangalore, you will have to spend about 4 lakh rupees for 2 years of MBA also. So we're talking about 25, 26 lakh rupees for 2 years of our MBA. This is not their main branch. Please, I need to remind you that this is not their main branch. You can get into this branch. It's not very difficult to get into it through the NMAT exam and all the other exams also they do accept. But through NMAT also, if you've given NMAT, they will be able to give you a seat in Bangalore. If your score is above 200, 205, you will easily get a seat in Bangalore campus of NMIMS. Now ROI is, you're spending 25 lakh rupees. The ROI is roughly around 50% because their average is 14. The median salary is around 13. If I go by their numbers that they have claimed, the ROI is on 50. And that's not a great ROI. That's an average ROI. For any institution, if you're spending that kind of money, if you're getting that kind of ROI, that is an average ROI. I am again a very ROI driven person. And there would be people who are watching my video, they may not be ROI driven. So if they want something else, they want the kind of specialization, they want that kind of brand, they want that kind of location, they want just NMIMS, there is no other reason to go into any other institution. They just want NMIMS. So there you have NMIMS. ROI is not great, but you have a lot of other angles that are there. There is a lot of extracurricular activities where student involvement is there. You participate in placements, you get all the major brands. I've touched upon the numbers of placements as well. Highest packages there, international packages are there, average package is also pretty decent. But if there is someone who doesn't want to take a huge debt on themselves, people who don't want to just look at brand but they want value for money, this may not be the institution for them. They want something in Bangalore, they want value for money. This institution will not do justice to the amount of money that they will spend. I've been getting a lot of calls. I've made a video on NMIMS Mumbai also. This is not comparable to NMIMS Mumbai. Let me give you an absolute clarity. This is a tip from my side. If you're thinking of NMIMS Mumbai and Bangalore on the same pedestal, that's not the case. And NMIMS Mumbai is right here and Bangalore is number 2 and by a considerable margin. So it is below. वो नीचे है और ये हमें मान के चलना पड़ेगा क्योंकि कम स्कोर पर वो मिल जाता है और NMIMS मुंबई ही आज की डेट में अचीव करना इतना मुश्किल नहीं रह गया. अगेन पीपल विल से नहीं बहुत मुश्किल है. I understand, but it is not as tough as some of the other top institutions. अब हम NMIMS Bangalore की बात कर रहे हैं तो इसको Tier 2 में भी काफी सारे लोग नहीं डालते. I also don't put it into Tier 2. I put it into Tier 2.5 maybe, but it is not in Tier 2 because Tier 2 में तो NMIMS मुंबई आता है. Bangalore Tier 2 में नहीं आता है. So I think I have covered almost everything that I could have thought of. फिर भी आपके कोई क्वेश्चंस है मुझसे पूछो. आई वुड वांट टू गिव यू दोज आंसर्स. जो भी ऐसी चीज रह गई होगी जो मैंने नहीं बताई है वो आप मुझसे पूछो. फैकल्टी के बारे में अगर आप मुझसे पूछना चाहते हो, मैंने टच अपॉन किया है. फैकल्टीज का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है यहाँ पर. प्लेसमेंट्स का भी इतना कोई मेजर प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इट इज जस्ट दैट NMIMS brand demands high fee. That is the bottom line. Are you willing to spend that kind of money to go to a brand, to go to a city like that, to carry that legacy for the rest of your life? This is an institution which started in 2008. So they have their track record. It's not that they are relying on the Mumbai branch. They have their own track record from last 17, 16 years. They've been doing MBA themselves in this particular campus in Bangalore. They're not relying on Mumbai. Yes, they do rely on Mumbai's legacy, because that is a very old institution. They've built their reputation, and because they have built their reputation, they have been able to open extensions, and Bangalore campus is one of their extensions. Like Indore is there, like Hyderabad is there. And on this point, I would like to tell you or ask you, if you want me to cover the Indore and the Hyderabad campuses also, please comment that campus name in the comment section. I will cover that as well. For Mumbai campus, I have already covered. You guys have seen that video over and over again. I have got a lot of calls, responses on that. And that is when I felt that it is imperative that I make it on Bangalore as well, because there have been students calling me and telling me, sir, we want your review on the Bangalore campus also. And here we are, we've done it. अगर आपको फिर भी क्वेश्चंस हैं, कुछ पूछने वाले जो आप पूछना चाहते हो मुझसे, प्लीज वो पूछिए, कमेंट सेक्शन में जाइए. यू कैन ऑलवेज कॉल मी ऑन द नंबर दैट इज मेंशन इन द स्क्रीन एज वेल. अगर फिर भी आपको लगता है कि कोई ऐसी चीज है जो मैंने नहीं कवर करी है, मैं उसको कवर करना चाहूंगा, आई कैन मेक अ कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग वीडियो ऑल्सो ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट. बट आप मुझसे पूछिए, बिकॉज एवरी स्टूडेंट विल हैव डिफरेंट क्वेश्चन. एंड NMIMS बैंगलोर, मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि अच्छा इंस्टीट्यूशन या बुरा इंस्टीट्यूशन है, बिकॉज कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूशन बहुत बुरा और बहुत अच्छा नहीं हो सकता है. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन विच स्टूडेंट आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट, विच स्टूडेंट इज कंसिडरिंग दिस ऑप्शन. इफ अ स्टूडेंट हुज गॉट अ ग्रेट स्कोर इन हिज CAT और MAT और एनीथिंग, और उसको अच्छा इंस्टीट्यूशन मिल सकता है, फॉर दैट पर्सन आई विल से प्रोबेबली दिस इज नॉट अ ग्रेट इंस्टीट्यूशन. बट somebody who's not got scores, उसके लिए अच्छा हो सकता है. किसी के पास बहुत पैसे हैं और उसको डेट से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, ROI से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, अच्छा कैंपस चाहिए, अच्छी सिटी चाहिए, उसके लिए अच्छा इंस्टीट्यूशन हो सकता है. बट कोई ऐसा स्टूडेंट हो सकता है जिसके लिए डेट एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है और उसको सारी जिंदगी जॉब नहीं करनी है, उसको अपना कुछ काम करना है, डजंट वांट टू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ डेट और थिंग्स लाइक दोज, तो उसके लिए शायद ये इंस्टीट्यूशन नहीं बना है. यू नो, इवन आफ्टर knowing that this institution has a lot of benefits also. But that is where we are. It is very, very individual. Every student looks at an institution individually, and that is how we also look at institutions. For individuals, it varies. When somebody calls me, I don't just talk about one institution, I talk about every institution that the person can go for. And that is what is imperative in any case when a student calls. If a student wants to know about one particular institution, yes, I will tell that person about that particular institution, but I will tell that person about other institutions also, which could be better in his or her case. And that is what I have done all my life. But ask questions. If you will ask questions, some of the questions that you would not have even asked will get answered. And that is the beauty of asking questions. So go ahead to the comment section, write your questions. I would come back to you with the answers. If you haven't subscribed to us, please do that. I'm sure you guys are already watching our videos. Continue to do that because it will be helpful for you at the end of the year. Thank you very much.